Our team was given the challenge of designing a high school of the future. Our team consisted of 5 boys from Layton High School, all with different ideas and skills, but we came together to achieve a common goal.
But before we jump into building the school, we have a lot of brainstorming to do first.
Our first step was to do some research in our own school, to see how we can improve, and to see where teachers thought we would be in 10 years.
We went over lots of different ideas, from a school on the moon to a more humble school down on Earth. Not all of our crazy ideas were used in our building design, but they definitely helped inspire us when we reached the final.
Digital photos are encouraged, label photos, models may be physical or digital.
Yes.
So it's your call if you guys want to do a physical model, if you want to do a Revit model. And then,
Yeah, all of us are familiar with Revit because of this class anyway, and
Yeah.
it's going to be a lot easier to put together than a physical model.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so basically what we came up with last week is we started with the uncommons, I guess, and we built around this. So we decided there needs to be an area with food. We thought of stuff that might need to be put in this area, such as like inside eating and outside eating, rotating vendors like our Pantheon that we have in the school. A student made
Is brainstorming and sketching. We finally got some finalized ideas for our school. Okay, our depth building our school really was challenging. One of the things that we really did like about it is we had opening and closing walls where we were able to separate each classroom into their own separate space, but we were able to open it for a collaboration space. So it's not just about learning time anymore. It's more about the constant use of the environment that we're using around it. We're allowing the collaboration be not just one teacher helping a set of students. Now we have 4 teachers at once collaborating with each other and making sure that our education efforts are not only just used for bigger classes. It also allows the 4 teachers to help students individually, which is a really good advantage. Another thing that we did was we had central learning spaces all throughout the buildings, from just modern day seating where students can come in and start collaborating, sitting down and relaxing, to even having areas where it was much more relaxed, like for example, we have a student lounge where people can just go up and around and just sit there and relax and talk to your friends and just have a very, very relaxed environment. Is that what you want me to say?
Okay, a big topic that we discussed was the cores, and we wanted our cores to be very good for the students, and we envisioned our cores like a color wheel. Basically, we have our primary colors, which are our main cores, and they transition into secondary colors, at being classes that don't particularly go into one subject or another, but kind of flow into both cores. So we designed our school to have, in the teaching section, have 2 stories. They're all located along one big major hall that circles around both stories. And along that hall, we have the different cores, and in between each core classroom that we have other classrooms that basically transition from core to core, so we get a very good flow, and it feels natural.
Talk a little.
The site of our school of the future. A lovely spot by the fairgrounds in Farmington.
The wetlands are a short drive away from our location. For a bit of research, we went down to the site and wetlands to see some of what might be there.
Right next to the site is a park with several baseball fields and plenty of field space for sports and activities.
We're also very close to Farmington Station. We considered the fact that the train station was so close as an advantage of transportation.
So I designed the uncommons. I made it so that the walls were all like curved because I think a lot of the time schools and stuff have a bunch of like sharp angles and stuff, and it makes it so it's like a lot more stressful and you can't really relax as much. And with all the curves in the uncommons, it more encourages like less stress and like being able to be calm. And I made it so that a lot of the walls were glass so that you could sit in the uncommons and look over the wetlands and see the nice view. And I have just most of the sharp angles eliminated. I have the uncommons a lot bigger because we designed it so that it would be more aimed towards student life and the enjoyment of the students, with like an arcade and like rotating vendors where like a little like room or whatever could be rented out by a certain restaurant like Taco Time or Chick-fil-A or something like that, for example, and have them rotate through and during lunch sell food to the students. And then there's that, and there's like games and stuff. The library and like media room and stuff is all in the uncommons also. And we've got off to the side of the uncommons, we've got the administration and the counseling offices. And they've got a lot more room because a lot of the time in the counseling offices and stuff, it seems really cooped up and like small and like nervous and stuff. And so, and I made it so that the entire commons is like 20 feet. It's like at the roof or ceiling of the uncommons is at like 20 feet. And inside of this huge space is two smaller spaces that would be like little buildings inside, and their roof and ceiling is like at 10 feet. And so there's like two smaller buildings inside a really big building, which I just thought looked kind of cool and would be appealing. And in between these two spots are like right next to each other is a big hallway where students can walk through. And in the middle there's a circular space with a spiraling staircase up to on top of those spaces where there's like a bunch of tables and chairs and stuff on top of those areas where the cafeteria could be or whatever, where people could eat. On top of one would be all those like chairs and tables and stuff. And the lunchroom would be down inside the like one spot that has like the vendors also. And they have and you could like go down there and get your food and then go up and you could sit on top of there and like you'd be way up high looking down over the commons. You could like see through the glass walls over onto the wetlands and like see the scenery and stuff. And I just thought this would be, I made it like separate from the rest of the school so that we could more like if kids are really stressed out for a test. I get stressed out a lot for big tests. If they would just want to get out some stress and go hang out, they can go down there and play some arcade games or play some board games or just hang out with their friends or whatever, and it's away from the stress and you can just get out of the stress for a while, and then after that they can go back to when school starts or whatever, they can go back and do it and they don't have all that stress, and so they're able to function and work a lot better because they're not so stressed out about doing good. Because when you're not stressed out, you can work a lot better. And so pretty much the uncommons is just aimed around student life, their fun, and keeping them not stressed out and giving them something appealing and something to look forward to coming to school every day. So that's pretty much what I did was the uncommons.
So I was in charge of designing the teaching area. The teaching area incorporates all the classrooms and a bit of small collaboration zones. We wanted to divide the teaching zones into different cores and have them flow naturally in between each other. How we accomplish this is we have kind of sectionalized areas. Each area is located along a huge long hallway, and each collaboration area basically has 4 classrooms, and every other collaboration area has a combined lab space. So we had our classrooms in groups of 4 so that similar cores could collaborate amongst each other, and they are opposite sides of each wall of the hallway, and the walls connecting the classrooms to the hallways are, we call them open walls. Basically, we have a design that they can open up and allow free movement of students, so that in order to collaborate amongst each other. And we used a desk design that we could move these desks into the hallway for open collaboration, and made the desks very easy to collaborate. And then for the labs, we made it so they're accessible by each classroom, and teachers could work together with a shared storage space, instead of being individualized classrooms. It's more of a combined effort for education.
I was tasked to design the community center. The community center was a separate part of the school. We wanted to break away from it, so it gives a more different feel to it, such as it makes it so the community will actually be more enticed to come in. And part of the community center, we had multiple shop classes where people can go use different metalworks, auto, and wood shops, just to have another place so they can work if they don't have the availability of equipment at home. We also have an auditorium where it's not only used for students, but it also could be used for small businesses to give nice presentations and other things. We also have a gym that's separated into 3 parts. We have our main gym, which is there for basic activities, sports and all those physical activities. We have a dance hall that's totally separate, so people can go dancing in the privacy of their own area, and also gives you a more acoustic view, so you can, it's a dance hall. Our third one is a gym with equipment and other sorts, so people can freely work out when they want to. And this entire idea of a community center is not to be used during school, but it's also able to be used during school, but also by the community after school hours. So it's in constant use. And what that allows us to do is cut down costs, pretty much give you a bang for your buck, as well as investment-wise, as well as efficiency.